This thing. Pokes out a little bit annoyed by that. Could work.
Finally, I can work. It looks like really patchy. Okay, big reveal now.
A drum roll, please. As you see, there's a gap between the engine and the shelf. In that gap, we put this thing for the water, and I've made a little walkway. Pretty big walkway. It's about 1 meter long. So the board's going to attach to there and attach to the wall. So I need to figure out how much batten I can put there and how much batten I can put there. 450 there, and then here 200 with an angle. 450 and was it 200? Let me just quickly double check. $450 along the side, and then 200 with the angle. There's my markings. Yeah, a bit better. Maybe the angle was steeper than it needs to be, but might need to round off the corner. So the hardest thing is getting the level right. What do I possess? That's not long enough. Oh, it's just full of legs here. I've got a 4-foot level. Might fit in. Let me go grab that. Okay. Eesh. Just where the tabbing is, it can't go down anymore. And I take the end cap off. Nice. Set a rough level. So the bubble's this way. There we go. So it needs to be. We have a mark. Yeah, we need to cut more off here. Pretty much chop that bit off there. Maybe that will help. The next is to check this one out. This one should sit reasonably well there. Sorry, it's a horrible angle, I know. If I can get these two bits of wooden without losing my sanity, that will be A-okay.
Okay, let's get to a little break and show you something that we recently installed and we want to share with you. Today's sponsor is Reolink. We have been working with them for months. We have tested different products and we have never had an issue with them. So we couldn't recommend them enough. So this is their new solar floodlight camera. They have just launched in Europe. It's actually replacing the one we installed before winter, which worked totally fine, but it needed to be plugged into the mains electric. Reolink reached out and said, wait a minute, we have a fully solar, totally wireless version. We're like, well, bring it on. You know, we want to be autonomous and this is perfect for us. Just 1 hour of sunlight can keep it running daily, and a full charge will last for months. And it's not just a camera, it's a proper floodlight security system. 1,000 lumens of brightness. You can adjust from warm to cool light and it will activate whenever it detects a person. So if anyone is around the boat, it will kick in. It's a huge deterrent, obviously, but it's also handy going up and down the ladder at night, which is not easy in the dark. We can check it from anywhere. with the Reolink app, which has been super handy and easy to use. As you know, we've been away for a couple of weeks for 2 surgeries, and we managed to keep an eye on the boat. And we actually had a couple of friends coming over, and we were able to contact them and be like, we're not there. We also had someone trying to drop a package, and we could talk with them through the speaker and say, hey, we are not there. Take the package with you, because we were not going to be on the boat for a few days. We didn't want it outside. It has a 2K camera and a really wide 150-degree field of view, night color vision, and it can detect people, vehicles, animals, and you can pre-order it now, so you are amongst the first ones that get one of these like us. Look at me. This is what we do for you. I'm trusting my life on this rusty table to get a good shot. We always try to get you a little discount, so if you use our code SailingSeabird5, you'll get a 5% off. You can also use the QR code on the screen, and we'll link it all on the description as well. Honestly, whatever setup you need, they have thought of it. So yeah, give it a go. And now, let's get to work. Well, let's let Stuart get to work. And thanks again to Reolink for trusting us and being a partner of this channel.
A bit neater. And this one I rounded off. So at least when you put your hand in to clean that little area, you're hopefully not going to land up with a load of splinters in your poor little mitt. I think that will do. There, that's the little piece. And hopefully 2 screws will be enough. Because it's going into the fiberglass, I need a pilot hole. Okay. Seems okay. Not too bad. Pokes out a little bit annoyed by that. It pokes out about 10 mil. Not too bad, not too bad. Actually, surprisingly good already. I tweaked a couple of bits on this walking board. I don't know what you would call it, walkway. I chopped down the piece in the support. Now all I've got to do is put these 4 screws in. So I'm going to do this, and then I can epoxy that board. I'm pretty much done. Sorry about the background noise. It's not Marina moaning, it's the fridge.
What?
Alright, so I can't really see where I've put the line. It's just going to be a guesstimation type job. Oi. Now before we put the other 2 screws in, let's have a go on the board. Seems like it could work. Heh, beggars belief. I've just got to put the other 2 screws in, see? Maybe I should have put something here.
In the middle?
Yeah, I've got some going across one side, but I suppose once it's screwed down, it will be better. Boat yoga. I think the further we get on with the project, the more boat yoga is going to be involved. Ooh, it's actually getting warm now. It's nice. Shorts weather, shorts and t-shirt. Sweet.
24 hours later.
Oh.
Normally have a battery cable for this sort of stuff, but it's staying blocked. The one side's alright, so it can only ever fill up so much.
The table saga is still going. I just need to varnish 3 more pieces, and one of them is the side piece, but before I varnish it, it needs 4 holes drilled on, and we just need to drill the holes. Those are going to be the supports for one of the lifting sides.
It goes about there. No, that'll do. Alright. 110, 80.
Looks nice.
Yeah, straight enough.
Last week loads of you clocked that we had the table in place, so we're gonna show you how it looks even though it's not totally finished.
Yeah, I'll do it. You hold this.
It's alright.
Right. There's the table. So the lid gets screwed to the big part of the base.
Yeah, these will be screwed to these.
Yep.
But not yet.
Yeah. And then the smaller side still needs some dowels put in, which I'm a bit dubious about. I've never done that before. Most of my drilling is guesswork.
The dowels will connect these two parts.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it. Not the best carpentry, the grain doesn't all go the same way and it's different pieces of wood.
Like this will go more or less over there, and then it will come here to hold the side bit, and there will be another one here coming up.
Yeah, and then we've got a single one
For the other side, which is
on the starboard side. The leaf is bigger than on the port side to make the table pretty much symmetrical.
So the other side just needs one support, which would be around there, I think.
Yeah, it's got a backing piece on the other side. So yeah, that's pretty much the table.
Yay! Beautiful!
Start the morning off by covering this board. So this is the little step in the engine room. Because this is going to be a walkway, I'm going to try out some of this soft sand. Could work. A little bit of the, you know, however the salty guy does it. I don't know if it's going to work because it's meant for paint. Don't really know how much to put on, just to add a wee bit of grip when you're working on the engine. Definitely a wee bit patchy, but if anything that will add to the grip. Another little job that needs doing is just sling this hose on the engine. Suppose like that. That'll probably do it. More of these little jobs that get done, the better. Okay. How nicely is that going to slip on? There's one. How much do I need to dress that? Could that just be acceptable there? Yeah, I reckon. I would say we cut it a tiny bit shorter. Okay. Yeah, I think that would do. Yes, quite a nice curve. Pop on these two. I think that's it. That is the water system now connected. Pretty happy that's done. Whilst I'm here, I might just quickly shorten the hose for the coolant reservoir, and then we can say that's done. Here's the little expansion tank for the coolant, but it doesn't need to be so long. Yep. That is possibly good enough. Can we just cut this with a pair of cutters? Pop that on. Did I cut it too short? Is it just right? Well, it's cut now. And that's it. Double check this is tight. As soon as I'm here. Tight enough. Cool. Done.
Finally, I can work, do something. Oh, and just as I start, the compressor comes on. You're not in a boatyard. There's not a compressor always going on, or a generator.
Oh, look, see, you're going. How are you going for it? So you're just doing a layer on this side?
No, I'm doing all sides.
No, but you get the rings.
Yeah, but who's gonna see the bottom of the table, honey? It's gonna be always folded. I'm getting it done. I can't deal with this anymore. And you saying, when are you gonna get this finished?
Well, I asked once, my love, that's it. It's only because when I brought it to the boat, I was like, well, I've been working on it since Christmas. Alright, babe. You're going to be okay here by yourself?
Yeah.
Right. That's it.
Oh yeah, honey, can you press play on the music?
We've been told that honey is the best varnish that you can get, so we've been buying this honey from the market. It's quite nice. They call it seagull honey. Show them the top, show them the lid.
It's not honey, it's varnish.
Yeah. Like Danielson, paint the fence. Sand the floor. So I covered it with the soft sand, seems grippy enough. Now I'll just seal it in with a little bit more resin. A little bit patchy, but it's in an engine room, who cares? It would obviously look better with white paint, because I
don't even think he needed it. I think he still just wanted to give this a go.
No, because it's somewhere where you tread, and if you've got to do something, and you know, say you spilt a little bit of fuel or something there, you need some sort of texture, because this is where you'll be walking around the engine. So I thought it would be needed.
Okay.
Engine room on commercial boats have that checkered floor.
Good thinking.
Yeah, what can I say?
Yeah, I got this soft sand because I saw Sail Life using it, and I'm gonna test it on a piece of wood with the paint we're using on the deck, and maybe put it somewhere where we step a lot to test it and really see if it's good. But first impressions are good.
It's different to Kiwi grip, but I think it's kind of cool. Yeah, I could have probably sprinkled some more.
On the camera, it looks like really patchy.
Yeah. Alright, let's go set this up outside. That'll do. And obviously, because we're litter bugs, I just take all this stuff and I just throw it on the ground. There we go, downstairs bin, haven't we? Whee! Okay, that's that done. Yeah, so it does look a little patchy, but I think it's acceptable because you'll never see it.
And finally, we're putting this table together. I finished the varnishing, 3 layers of varnish. Looking good. Stu's getting ready for work. Polishing the ivory. So the first thing we need to do is screw the top to the base, and then we're gonna start attaching all the bits, the side, the leaves, the supports. Here are all the fittings, all the hinges and hooks. I don't know if you remember, but I cleaned those. They didn't look anything like this. Look at that shine. Ooh.
1.5. 1.5. Down there.
Hopefully they haven't gone through the countertop.
Yeah. Hold on, got it? Yeah. Beggars belief. Wait, what's that?
No, I didn't.
How strong is it? Yeah, that'll do.
Nice.
Sweet.
Stu already installed that piece of wood so we can attach the support for that side of the table.
Hopefully that will do. You got it?
Yeah, you got a screw?
Yeah.
Wait. Stop.
Okay, middle one. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got the wrong hinge for the job because it's got a bit of play. We'll have to find another one at some point. Right now, we might just put a little wedge.
Like everything has its teething problems. I ain't no carpenter.
No, we are not carpenters.
I ain't no Pinocchio owner.
This is gonna fix every problem in the boat. I'm so proud I bought this.
Yeah. Okay. You got that? I'll get the bolts. Okay, so we've added this foam and it makes it a little tight, but I'm hoping once we do the bolts up, comme ça, and then comme ça.
It's just so it doesn't.
Yeah, plus I think it will also add as a little bit of grip.
Well, that's what it is. They are for gripping.
Yeah, so let's see.
No, it doesn't wobble.
Oh, my.
Nice.
Sweet. That's how I planned it would happen.
I'm so glad I bought this stuff. Supposed to be like non-slip for under furniture.
Oh yeah, because the companionway stairs gave out once.
Yeah.
I nearly fell.
I nearly fell, so I put them under these. And we've used them for loads of things since. Nice one.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna have to,
You're gonna have to lie down there.
mm.
How are you?
Sweet.
There we go. As you can see, they're different colors.
Yeah.
I think you can appreciate that. Still says we should have stained these, but
Does it look that jobby? It looks pretty jobby. And the grain goes the other way.
yeah, we
But,
didn't realize when Stu was making the table that the grain should have gone this way to
Yeah.
match this grain.
But I'm sure one winter could just take it apart and redo it. And then the trim had a little curve to it, so when I sanded that, it's my first attempt.
Different types of wood for every piece of the table.
No, the top and the sides are the same, but this and the bottom are the same. I found this wood. Look at the grain on that. So yeah, I think,
I don't know, in a way I think it looks funky. I like it.
yeah, it looks a bit shit. But
No, it doesn't. Does it work?
it works.
Can you put things on top of it?
Things are already on top of it.
There we go. Try this one on now.
Okay.
Perfect. I honestly don't care about the different colors, you know. For now, it'll do.
Yeah, you can have your lunch there.
Yeah. The thing with this kind of table, and we knew that, is that you can't lift that side without getting off the sofa, and you can't seem to put it down. And if you want to get out, you can't get out this way. You have to go all the way around, so whoever is there needs to get out. We knew these. We could have modified it, made these shorter, but...
You're kind of happy.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
It's actually pretty cosy. It's not too bad. Hold on, let me...
Stu's a big lad.
Well...
Let's see how he manages.
It's not that big, just because I've gained a few pounds.
He's gained weight since we're in France, and he's... he's so worried about it. But he eats a baguette per day, so...
Yeah, but baguettes are healthy. They're basically air. See, look, you just scoot round. I never made a table before, and it shows.
I think he's awesome.
It'll do.
Oh yeah, speaking of the batteries.
Is that the last screw?
There, that is it. Done. Let me just double check. Good. Good. Yep.
Nice.
It has been a bit of a mixture of stainless, brass, and whatever we could find.
Yeah, we need to order some brass screws.
So we'll get on that next week. We've had to move the hinges because the original hinges were further in, but the bin find supports would have got in the way.
Yeah, these are not original.
No.
These two.
From the bin. So we'll need to cut this one short, because if you see on this one, we've already cut a bit off, and we've brought them more inboard of the table because of the bolts holding the side of the table on.
So if we want them to fall flush, we need
Yep.
to cut this one as well.
So a tweak there, a stopper as well needed.
Here, so once it's on, it can't go back in and fall over anyone.
And a tiny little latch that just...
Yeah.
So a little piece of wood, little latch. But no, I think it's looking pretty good.
Okay, big reveal now.
A drum roll, please.
Ta-da!
That's that. Hey, try it out, man. Try it out.
Voila! I'm gonna sit on the imaginary sofa.
It's not that far off. It's like number 4 on the list, I think. Not too bad. I think that should actually work.
Yeah, and it's really strong.
Little bit dubious still about the slightly lighter centerpiece, but when the leaves are down, it will give more ambience to the room.
I think that is a good thing, you know? It shows how we work, that we have no clue. And we make it up as we go. And that's, you know, what happened. So now it's part of the story of the boat.
Like when you're a kid at school and you've got to show your workings, it's like, well, look, it's a totally different colour. That is my workings.
Plus, you know, when it's all folded, it's kind of like a, you know, it's one table, different colour. You know what I mean? Like, when it's not extended, it will be different colour. Can you see it on the screen, the difference?
Yeah, one side's darker than the other.
This side was underwater.
Yeah.
When we go to the boat, this central part of the table was on the floor, on the side. So it was underwater up to here. That's why we had to rebuild this part. These were off the table and they were good. But you see, also tells you a story. Here you can see the flood line on both sides. I think it's awesome. I'm looking forward to have here family and friends, make a cup of tea, make a nice lunch.
And at least now when you fall down the companionway, poof, straight into the table. High five. So that is the board in place. I'll get the rest of the screws in. A little bit of flex in it, but it takes all of my weight, and as we know, I've been bulking out. For how much we walk around the engine, I think it's acceptable.
And that is all for this week. You are now sitting on this beautiful table that we're very happy with and we have been using for a while now. Thank you so much for watching for commenting, to everyone who's just subscribed and is new here, and to everyone who's been sending messages of support and worrying about me lately. I can feel you, and I'm very grateful. Stuart is gone somewhere, I'm not sure where, and I need to get this video done, so I thought I'll do the goodbye on my own. But yeah, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this week's adventures, and see you all next week with more. And like last week, which many of you loved, we're gonna do the time machine. So coming in, the time machine.
Time machine, time machine, time machine.
Today is a very special day. We have 2 more steps of this log ladder we've been climbing up, and then we go through a 5-kilometer tunnel and we start going down.
Right, ready?
Whenever you're ready.
Careful this boat here on the side.
This is so exciting.
There we are, controller 142. We are green for go.
We're going in the tunnel.
Dum 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 dum. We've met many people along the way who have had a power failure in the tunnel, so they've had to do it in the dark. So I'm very grateful that we have lights. This is it.